Hi, welcome to my channel, Takayaki Tarot. Today is July 3rd, Thursday, 2025. So, before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you and get you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. Okay, so I had a dream last night, and it was actually very interesting. I had multiple, but there is one in particular that really stood out to me the most, which I kind of feel like it was like an aha moment, like one of those like a cog just went into place, right? So if there was put it like a machine, right? But the machine isn't going because there's a piece missing, a gear, right? So it kind of felt like that, like a gear had been put in place, and now something is really okay. So in the dream, there was this woman. I seen this woman, and I was like seeing it from like a long view kind of perspective. Like I was watching this woman at a distance, right? And at first glance, I thought it was me. I thought I was looking at myself, but I looked closer, and I could see it wasn't me. And the reason why I thought it was me is because the hair seemed similar, even the style of clothing seemed similar. So the hair and the clothing seemed similar to what I would wear, right? And I even like glanced and I was like, wow, they look great, right? But I looked closer and I realized it wasn't me. So this woman, she was hurrying about, rushing about, right? Like she was constantly taking trains and buses and trains and buses and trains and buses, right? And I'm looking at this woman, and I couldn't help but think how similar she looks to me, okay? But I realized, like, you know, I'm here and this woman is there. And I've seen this woman in my dreams before, right? And I'm looking, and she's taking trains and buses and trains and buses, right? But then I'm realizing she's not going anywhere. She's making all these moves, making all of these, doing all of these things, but where is she going? She's not going anywhere. She's not doing anything. So I feel like for a lot of you collective, you could have a person, whether you're a divine feminine, this could be a karmic feminine. Whether you're a divine masculine, this could be a karmic masculine, where there has been someone in your energy trying to mimic you or copy you. And one, it's not going anywhere anymore. And two, they have been doing this for some time. Sorry, give me a second. What is that? Hold on. Okay, what was I saying? So yeah, they've been, hold on, I'm not done with this. They've been doing this for some time. All right, hoping that it would get them somewhere, and it hasn't gotten them anywhere. And so I feel like if they've been doing it for some time, it's just like a lot of wasted, but it's with movement, wasted energy, wasted momentum, wasted effort. Okay, it got them. They were doing a lot of nothing. All right, if they were doing this for a long time, they were literally just, it was the same thing over and over. They were from like a train to a bus, and then from a bus to a train, and from a train to a bus, and a bus to a train, and they kept doing this, like, I gotta go, like they were doing something so, and I'm just watching them, I'm like, they're not going anywhere, they're not doing anything, but they were doing something in your likeness over and over and over again. All right, and I feel like for a lot of you, they were doing this for some time, and it just got them like stuck in a loop or something. I feel like for some of you, if this was someone that was doing this recently, it's still the same result. It amounted to nothing. Like they're doing a bunch of nothing, but it seems like they're doing a lot of something. All right, and it's interesting because for a second I thought it was myself. But I had to look closely. Right, the only likeness was the clothes and the hair, but it wasn't me. So yeah, I feel like there's someone in your energy that was doing something, that has been doing something. I gotta count. Okay, somebody is not playing with the full deck. All right. Like there's just so many things that they were missing. Details. Details. It was just. All right. Let me move on. All right. What? I'm all right. There's something that somebody wants, or I feel like whoever this person is, you could be asking them like, what is it that you want? Like, what is it? What is it? Right? Like, what is it? What is it? What do you want? Right? Because this person, I feel like this person has been doing this for some time, and it's like, what's your end goal? Like, what's the point? Like, what is it that you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody's bothering you, it's like, what is it that you want and hope to gain from bothering this person? Right? And I feel like that's what this person's going to be asked ultimately. Like, what is it that you want? Like, what's the point of this? Like, why do you keep bothering the collective? And it's interesting because they're doing this, and I'm literally watching this person at a distance doing the same, hopping from a train and then rushing to the bus, and then getting off the bus and then rushing to the train, and then hopping off the train and then rushing to the bus. And it's just like, they're not going anywhere. So this person could have been trying to create some change or incite some sort of change in your life or movement in your life. But there was, I feel like it wasn't necessary, or there was no reason for it. And it's on to them, like it's rebounded or backfired on them. And this is someone that's like, they feel like they have to constantly be on the go, constantly move, constantly get up, constantly do this, constantly do that. And they're stuck in that energy of constant motion where they can't sit and relax. And not only that, but they also feel like they're not doing anything. Like all the work, all the movement, all the driving, all the walking, all the running, and it's not doing anything. It's not getting them the result that they want. So I feel like somebody else could be asking that person, what is it? What are you doing? Like, what do you want to do? Like, what's the point? Like, what's your goal? What are you attempting to, like, create? I feel like for a lot of you, this was someone that was trying to mirror you. Someone trying to copy you. In my reading, I think it was yesterday, I picked up on someone that was, like, trying to mimic you, copy you. Jeez, we have 3 cards that came out. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:3-1. I feel like this person was trying to be your enemy, or trying to, like, create enemies for you. But realistically, like, if you have God on your side, there's nothing, no one is really like, are you really my enemy if I'm not dealing with, like, I feel like someone was trying to, like, make you seem like you were the enemy, but in all reality, like, they were the copycat. And not only that, but you don't see anyone as your enemy. You don't even see anyone as a threat. Because if you have God on your side, then who really is, like, if you have God on your side, there's going to be a lot of attacks and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, at the same exact time, like, you don't see anyone as your enemy, right? Call to me and I will answer and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah 3:3. There's a lot of support. You have a lot of support. Alright? I feel like there's something tied in with details. Like, you had this person that was trying to copy you and look like you, but there was something that was off. Like, there are things that you know that they don't know, and there's something about, like, it's just, they don't carry something like you carry it, right? also feel like, on a side note, someone envies the support that you have, because if you have all of this support, if you have God on your side, how can they create chaos for you? How can they create burden for you? Right? Especially if this is someone that was trying to mimic you and be in your likeness.
Mom.
Yes, my love. How can they create chaos in your likeness, trying to be you, but it's just not you?
With this one?
Yes, that's the one. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah, it says, call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah 3:3. So, you just have like ancient wisdom, ancient knowledge. You just know things. You be knowing. You have like a deep knowing, very intuitive, downright psychic. I do feel like sometimes the things that you know, it does spook people, but that's neither here nor there. All right, that's always gonna be a thing. I feel like someone could only their attempts only went as far as, because all I seen was like the hair and the clothing, right? So that's outside stuff. So someone can only attempt to replicate the outside, and even then, it's like a shoddy job. It's not even like, because I even noticed, like, wait, okay. But it's the inside, like the knowledge, the depth, your essence, your energy, your aura, right? That cannot be replicated, right? And you have a different type of support system. You have God on your side, all right, which is a whole nother different level of support. And you are aware of that. I feel like you have no problem stepping into the armor of God. And half the time, you don't even have to utilize it, because you know it's God, the Most High God. There's really not much that you have to do when it comes to battling your enemies. So that's another thing as well. Rotten fruit falls by itself, okay? And then, so, I don't know if I showed you the cards. That one. And then this one.
Okay.
Listen. You're stepping on it.
Oh, okay. Hallelujah.
And then the third card that came out, it actually came in reverse. It fell out in reverse. It says, God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. So this is someone that's like easily tempted, either by their thoughts, their emotions. This could be someone who is going to do something very impulsive without listening to their intuition, without listening to higher guidance, that you should not do this, X, Y, Z, whatever it is that they plan on doing. All right. They're not listening, either outside guidance, counsel. They're not listening that they should not go ahead and do whatever it is that they plan on doing. Okay. They're going to do it. And I feel like that's like it's really like it's supposed to be a smack in the face to you, or like an attempt at an attack on you. All right. And it's just not gonna bode well for this person. Not only are they faithless, but they're not listening that you should not be doing this. This is. I'm getting something that it's not your business. Someone is trying to do something to you because they want to make something their business, and it's not. It's like somebody's taking it upon themselves to, like, I don't know, like handle something, or take care of something, or be the judge of something, or call judgment on something, and they have no business doing so, or like that's not who gave you the authority to do so kind of energy. It's this person, right? This copycat. I feel like because something it's you collective. You're not actively doing something that they want to see you do to further an agenda. They're gonna go ahead and take on your likeness and try and do it themselves. Right, that could be the warning. Like, that's not a good idea. So they're gonna try and take your likeness, or they have been trying to take on your likeness to do something to make it seem like you're doing it, and they were warned not to do that. All right, but they're not listening. They're not listening to that voice, or they're not listening to an outsider or person around them saying that's not a good idea, you shouldn't be doing that, and they're not listening. I keep getting that. This person, they're not listening. You are listening. They're not listening. And I said it, like, I think it was earlier this week, or the ending of last week, where from the point I said that to, like, the next week or so, now is a very, very crucial point for you to be listening, right? The finite details, the in-between, the unspoken words, the body language, the mannerisms, the this, the that. It's very important for you to listen, because it's this, all right? Someone is not listening. You are listening, and it shows. I need another bundle of sage, but I don't want to get up and get it right now. But I do this. There's something. Keep cleansing your air. Keep cleansing your air. Somebody's really trying to, like, overstep your energetic boundaries, right? And I feel like they're trying to do this. It's like a false pass. They're trying to have the illusion that they have access to you by pretending to be your likeness, or trying to pass themselves off with using your likeness. So it's like if they look like you and act like you and talk like you, they have access to your energy. And that's, listen, there's got to be someone dumb, because what? Who told you can do this? And I do feel like for a lot of you, it's a woman doing this. For some of you, it's a man doing this to another man. For some of you, it's a woman doing this to a woman. You're gonna have to take how that resonates, but who told you? And I feel like they're only doing this because they can't. They're being impatient. What they're hoping for you to do, you willingly do. You're not doing it. So it's like now they're gonna, like, try and, like, cheat something, scam something, pretend something. But it's like, that's definitely not the collective. So I guess I'm going to be using this part of the cards now. Mentally unstable. Someone's really mentally unstable right now, okay? Like, their own mind is playing tricks on them, which is why you need to be constantly clearing out your energy. This person, they're trying to find a way to have access to you, but they don't have, you're not willingly giving your access to this person. And you know that you don't have to. You're not obligated to do so. So this person, like I said, they're trying to be in your likeness to gain access of your own energy. And the divine is just like, well, we already know that the true collective said no. So who are you? Where'd you come from? What are you doing? All right. And this, yeah, they're really trying to, like, this person's, like, right under your nose. Like, they're right there. Okay, I'm getting this person is a lot closer than you think, which is another reason why you have to constantly clear out your energy. You really, right now is a good time for you to listen, clear out your energy, and keep to yourself in this moment. And from this moment, right? It's getting crucial. It's crucial right now. Okay, not forever. Okay, not forever. But just for, like, the next couple weeks, okay? It's just kind of keep your nose in your books, on your studies. Mind your business. All right? Stay focused. All right? At least for the next couple weeks. All right? Can you do that? Can you maintain that? Can you manage that at least? It's not forever. All right? But the only reason why I'm saying that is because the more that you're doing that and you're not doing what someone is wanting you to do, the more it's really irritating them, and it's like grinding their gears. All right? It's like an energetic bait. Someone is trying to energetically bait you to do something, and the more you're not doing it, it's like, it's really not sitting well with them. It's driving them crazy, honestly. I really don't like using the word crazy. I really, really don't. But it's just not, they're really mentally, they're not at peace mentally, okay? And that's really, they're self-doing. Because you're not doing anything. You're in your researches, or you're in your studies when it comes to God. And you're not worried about anything because you know God's got you, you got God. And what is there for you to worry about? What is there for you to do? I do feel like that somebody wants you to be very impulsive and do something that they want you to do because you're not doing it of your own free will and volition. This is an energetic bait. Proverbs 24:20, for the evil man has no future, the lamp of the wicked will be put out. It's this person that's mentally unstable, that has no faith. They want you to be tempted to do something. It's an energetic bait, I'm telling you. Okay? And the more that you're not doing something, the more it's like really, it's this person is willing to, they're right there about to cross your boundaries, and that's like a declaration of war. All right? Like I said, you already have the armor of God on you, but because you know God's got you, you got God, and you're only doing what God's telling you to do, which is just like listen, focus, do what you got to do. It's like a one-sided battle. It's just not gonna amount to what this person thinks. They're gonna be doing a lot of motion, a lot of this and that, this and that. But I'm telling you, they're not going anywhere with this. They're not doing anything with this. Right? It's like they've been traveling all day and they still have not reached their destination, and they're exhausted and they're tired. Meanwhile, you're just there talking to God all day, all night. Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. That's literally your energy. You're just talking to God all day and night, minding your business. I secretly love you. I wanted to say this, okay, because I did see the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck right here. I wanted to say this, but I feel like this is somebody who like is your enemy because they secretly like you. Now, for a lot of you, this is a woman who's attacking you, trying to copy you, trying to be you, because they secretly have feelings for you, romantic feelings for you. And for whatever reason, even though it's 2025, they don't want to be seen as, if they're a woman, they don't want to be seen as a woman lover. If they're a man, they don't want to be seen as a man lover. They just don't want to be seen as like gay or homosexual. They don't want to be seen as that, okay? For religious reasons, societal reasons, reputational reasons, whatever the case it is, okay? I do feel like for a lot of you, the underlying thing about this person is that they like you. They like you. Like they have romantic feelings for you. I secretly love you. This is like someone who's your biggest fan, right? But because they like you so much and they can't do anything about it, they're declaring to be your enemy, right? It's like, there's something like, it's like from enemies to lovers kind of energy, but it's not like that. It's not a cute, fun story that they have in their mind. It's not like that at all. It's once I feel like for a lot of people in the collective, it's like once someone sees you as competition, they've already made it like their enemy. And this is not like healthy competition. It's just like they like you so much, right, that they admire you, and they would wear your skin if they could because of how much they like you, and that makes them mad because there's nothing they can do about their feelings of you. All right, so I'm not really gonna get too much into that, all right, because nobody cares, and that's not an excuse to do this. All right, I feel like someone's saying like, "But I love you," but that's not an excuse. Like that isn't. I feel like that's just like they're trying to weaponize love. Right? They're trying to, everything that they've done to you, everything that they've been doing, everything that they want to do, in the name of love, but that's not, you're not gonna, you can't weaponize love that way. That's not excusing this behavior. So that's that. That's what I'm saying. Nobody cares, alright? They think using that is, anyways, I don't care anymore about that. What do we have? New karmic cycle. So somebody is trying to open up a new karmic cycle with you, or trying to get you to open up a new karmic cycle for yourself, to get you trapped in a circle and a loop. It's not working. Alright. I'm getting this karmic cycle has to do with like delays and setbacks. Delays and setbacks. Reputation. Delays and setbacks. Reputation. Alright? By tarnishing your reputation, it would have you be delayed and have setbacks because now you have the bad reputation, right? Now you have the bad this. right? And so nobody's going to want to work with you. No one's going to want to be with you. No one's going to want to be friends with you. No one's going to give you this, give you that, bad credit, bad, right? It's a lot of that. This is why they need you to do something of your own free will, right? And you're not doing it. So now they're going to go ahead and, in your likeness, attempt to do something. And that's way wrong. That's so wrong. Like, on the bottom of the deck is saying, if you looking for a sign is a sign. So that's what I'm saying. You're on the nose with this. Like, you know who this person is. It's because they don't want to stop doing black magic pathetic. That's one of the reasons why they're more and more every day mentally unstable, and it's showing. It's like seeping through, because they so desperately want you to have a new karmic cycle, and it's just not. It's not touching you. And the reason why it's not touching you is because what reason do you have to act on impulse, or to do this or do that, or to, like, you're not doing that. All right, you're mentally clear, and this person's mentally unstable because you know it's like, now if you have like this thought, it's like, what's this thought coming from? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Now, if I do this, these are the consequences, these are repercussions, and blah, 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 blah. And this person does not like that. You're thinking it through. You're listening, observing, and thinking things through instead of just acting willy-nilly and, I'm going to go do this, right? They need you to be in the energy, but you're not. Because I'm telling you, it'd be very smart of you to just listen right now, okay? And keep to yourself. This person, they don't like that. This person is trying to, like, energetically bait you into something. To do something. Right? It's kind of like, you'll get, like, an intrusive thought, you should do this. And it's like, why would I do that? Why should I? Where's it coming from? Who said that? Why would I? Do I want to? What is the consequences? What are the repercussions? And this person, this energy, they're like, no, don't think about it. Just do it. Go ahead and do it. And it's just like, for what though? Right? Because if I do this, then this is going to happen. If I do that, then this is going to happen. If I don't do this, this is going to happen. If I don't do that, this. And you're very clear and concise about that. And this person, they don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. They don't want that. Okay, they don't want you to, they need you to just do a bunch of stuff and do nothing at the same time. Doing something and nothing at the same exact time. They need you to be in that energy, right? For some of you, this could even be getting in relationships, right? You're getting in these relationships and it's doing nothing. These friendships amount to nothing. These relationships amount to nothing. These collaborations amount to nothing. You're doing a bunch of something, but in reality, in the long term, it's nothing. There's no growth, there's no learning, there's no expansion, there's no opportunity, there's no higher purpose, there's no this, there's nothing, right? And you're not doing any of that. You're not doing any of that. The universe thanks you. One more. The letter G could be somebody's first, last, middle, initial, name of a word or a place. So I feel like there's something where God is keeping this person at bay by giving you these answers, this knowledge, this wisdom. Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. So God is giving you, they're talking to you about this person. They're telling you about this person, what their intentions are, which is they want you to open up a new karmic cycle of your own free will. They want you to willingly let in karma, drama, chaos, infidelity, deceit, betrayal, a lot of Seven of Wands energy. They want you to welcome this energy in, all right? But they need you. They need you to do that of your own free will, and you're not doing that. So it's like this person is going to take on your likeness and accept it on your behalf, and the collective, the universe is like, but the collective already, blah, 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 blah. So who are you? But this person doesn't realize that I'm not gonna say it because I just heard don't say it. Let them. Don't say it. Just let them. So I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Your light bothers their demons. Okay. This person's like close but far away. Okay. This could be somebody in your neighborhood, in your family, in your home, in your job, right? Like they're physically, but like spiritually and energetically, maybe mentally, emotionally, they're far away. There's a distance, right? Because in my dream, I was telling you, I can physically see this person, but at a distance, right? And I'm just watching them exhaust themselves, doing nothing, going nowhere. I'm just watching them exhaust themselves. There could also be something about their shoes as well. Like they're trying to fit into someone else's shoes, or they're trying to like walk in shoes, or take on an assignment that they don't even understand. Alright, last one, and I'm not gonna switch it.
Last one time.
Crimes of passion. This is because there's this person, they have like romantic feelings for you, and it's like
Yes.
they would take it to the grave. Alright? This person could also be ashamed that they have romantic feelings for you. I feel like this is a woman who's an undercover lesbian. But they'll go to the grave with that information. Like, they won't tell anyone, right?
No.
They're like... This is someone, right? If they were ever to ask you out for, like, a girls' night or a drink or whatever, and you had a drink and they had a drink, this is somebody, to the T, they would be like, what would you do if I kissed you right now? That right there is a telltale sign. Right? So anyways, let me move on from that. We have the letter M. Somebody's first, last, middle, initial name of a word or a place. Something about morals, okay? So this person, the way they feel about you, right, it could somehow in a way conflict with whatever morals that they are choosing to believe and live by. But it's weird because they're attacking you. They're attempting to attack you, and this person's a mess. They're a mess. This is just like a messy monkey. They're hooting and hollering and jumping all over the place and doing all of this, right? And they just are annoying and obnoxious. I feel like if this is how they want to live their life, that's them. You have no business judging anybody, right? But the problem is they're attacking you because they're lying to themselves. They're lying to themselves. They can't admit their own truth to themselves. They're like delusional about who they are, their identity, right? Their sexual orientation, and just a bunch of other things. And that's not your problem. Right? That's why this person is doing a bunch of nothing and nothing. Right? It seems like they're doing a bunch of something. They seem like they're doing stuff. Very important stuff. But the reality of it, the long term of it, when you really look at it, where are you going? What are you doing? You're not doing anything. You're not going anywhere. But they have the momentum. It's kind of giving me like how to look busy at work. right? When not really doing anything, walking fast, okay, doing this, doing that, right? I got a meeting, right? I do feel like for a lot of you, this is a woman attacking a divine feminine, a karmic feminine attacking a divine feminine. For a lot of you, though, too, this could be a karmic masculine attacking, a karmic masculine attacking a divine masculine. And I just, this person, I'll tell you the one thing, though. This person, they will go to the grave, right? They will go to the grave without ever, if that meant that they can keep their demons hidden, but your light exposes their secrets, right? Their intentions, their motives, their heart's desires, and it reveals it. It's crazy too, because God's telling you these things, right? Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Right? You know things about people that they don't even know themselves, or they would never tell, or, you know, like I'm saying, like, I just said, like, it downright spooks people. And that's just something that you have to deal with. Because you can't help what God tells you. You can't, once God reveals these things to you, the universe tells you these things, you cannot unknow it. Right? You cannot turn a blind eye to it. Right? Which is why it's very crucial right now for you to keep to yourself. Because you're being revealed a lot of things, right? And yeah, a lot of these things, it's gonna be putting the wheels in motion. Like it's like missing gears, and now the whole machine is working now, and it's just like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. For some of you, these revelations, they might want, you might end up like, are you really serious right now? But again, just let God deal with that. The roof of my mouth is very itchy now.
One minute.
So there's something about a furry tongue, alright? Someone could have trouble with the truth. Now there's a difference between deliberately lying and withholding your truth, all right? You're not obligated to tell your truth to people, right? But that also doesn't mean you have to go out of your way to lie either, all right? So I feel like this person, they have a problem with lying. They like to lie a lot, right? If that means that they can protect their secrets, their truths, they will absolutely lie. Doesn't matter who it's on, doesn't matter what it is, right? It's, you have the Ten of Wands upright. Someone's own beliefs keeps them burdened. Like their own beliefs and their own like wisdom. Like this is someone who feels like they know the truth, they know the way, they have wisdom, they have insight, but in reality it's just a bunch of like, hold on, just a bunch of like, they're saying a bunch of nothing. Like it doesn't amount to, like, there's no real growth, there's no real wisdom, there's no real knowledge behind the beliefs that they have, the things that they say, when in all actuality the things that they say, like the advice that they give people, it just leads to more burdens and troubles and like more struggles. It's like you ask this person for advice and then they'll give you advice and then you find out that you're worse than you were before. Alright? That's because that's we have the Emperor reverse. This person, they have no control over their lives. They lost control. They lost their throne. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what they're doing. They don't even give good advice. They're mentally unstable, but they also secretly have feelings for you. Okay, this person is a mess. Then they have demons, and then not only that, but that, oh yeah, for the evil man has no future, yeah, with the 10 of wands, yeah. So they purposely give out bad advice to like entrap people or confuse people or have people go down the wrong path in life, because it's kind of like, this is somebody who, like, because of the secrets that they withhold and the lies that they withhold and like the illusion that they want to keep up, right? It's like if people are doing worse than them, it makes them feel better. This person is intimidated by people who seem perfect. It's just, I don't know what this person, this could be a very masculine woman, but for some of you, this could be a karmic masculine. I just do feel like this person, they just don't know who they are. With this Emperor in reverse energy, that first house energy, they don't know who they are. 4114 I just seen. This is a whole identity crisis. And on top of that, they were trying to take on your likeness to do something. They don't know who they are. You have someone who's trying to attack you, and how about you take a seat and look at yourself in the mirror, because you don't even know who you are. Yet you want to go against somebody who knows who they are, and they're protected, and they know you better. This is someone who's attacking you when you know them better than they know themselves. How far do you think they're going to get with that? I know why you're attacking me. You don't know why you're attacking me, but I know why you're attacking me. And you wonder why it's not, you're doing a bunch of nothing and something at the same time. Everything you're doing, what are you saying? You're saying a bunch of nothing. You're doing a bunch of nothing. You're going a bunch of nowhere. But you're attacking the collective. And the collective is the one that knows why you're attacking them, and you don't even know why. You don't even know why you do what you do. But the collective knows why. And meanwhile, the collective, they're just watching you do all of this. All this back and forth. This person could run their mouth a lot or just talk a lot of stuff. Right? Talk, right? It's a bunch of nothing. I don't know. They're this is a very exhausting energy to be around, right? And it's also mentally draining to be around this person, right? I'm also getting, this is someone who, they don't want solutions to their problems, right? They don't want solutions to their problems. Half the time they create problems just because they have problems, just because they can have something to talk about. But they don't, God forbid you give them solutions, or then you would be the problem. Right? But you know the solutions to their problems, and you would try to give it. They don't listen. This person, these people, they don't want solutions to problems. Not only are they the problem themselves, but they create problems, and then they are in the problems, and then a simple XYZ ABC 1 2 3, and all your problems will go away. They don't want that. No. They don't want that. They don't want solutions. They want problems. Right? They need you for one of their make-believe problems. Okay, they need you to be a part of a fantasy problem that they created, that they, probably already started talking about. But your parts of the story has yet to suffice, or has yet to surface, has yet to come to fruition, has yet to manifest. And everyone's just like, well, I thought you said. Well, just wait. So now this person, this is what I'm saying. They're trying to do something in your likeness, right? They're trying to get you to open up a new karmic cycle. They want a reason to have a problem with you. That's what that is. They want a reason to have a problem with you, because as of right now, it doesn't really make any sense. Yes. It's to clean your teeth. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Okay. We have Judgment upright. Judgment's being called on this entire situation. Not just you, not just this person, but the entire situation at hand. That's why it's very, very, in the next few weeks, okay, at least until the beginning of August, very, very important, right? Because the next few weeks, it's kind of going to be like the final scene of a battle, in a sense, right? The next actions that you make for the next couple weeks will determine part of a judgment that's being placed, that's happening right now. Right? That's why it's very, very important for you to keep the armor of God on you. Continue to talk to God. Continue to trust in God. And the universe will continue to thank you, all right, as you continue to do this. Okay, there is a judgment that is being done, that it's in place right now. Okay, there's a judgment that's being placed right now. And I feel like that's why this person, they're going 10 times harder than they were before to try to energetically bait you to that way. Because again, this person wants to create a problem. They want a problem with you. They want a reason to justify their make-believe problem that they have with you in their mind. Again, this person is mentally unstable, right? They want a reason to justify their make-believe problem that they have with you in their mind. So they need to energetically bait you and to do something, and you're not doing it. And now is a moment that's very, very crucial, because judgment is happening right now. Right now. Okay? So, just listen, observe, keep to yourself, stay focused, talk to God. Alright? Now, this period is not going to be forever, so don't be like, well, I don't want to be alone for... Relax, okay? And actually, you shouldn't have a problem being alone, because you're never really alone, okay? But there is this situation, alright? This person is very, very passionate about justifying a make-believe problem that they have with you in their mind, okay? This person is going to energetically bait you. So if you ever feel like, I should go talk to this person, I should go do this, stop and think, okay? Now, if I talk to this person, what will happen? What are the consequences? If I do this, what will happen? What are the consequences? If I don't do this, what will happen? What are the consequences? What will this lead to? How will this look? Okay? You really need to start analyzing situations right now for the next couple weeks, because judgment is happening right now. And this person, they are trying to energetically bait you. Okay? They're not looking so hot right now. Okay? But if you do that one thing that they're like, I told you, everything that you've worked for will essentially go out the window. Will go out the drain. They need that. Because I said in the beginning of this reading, they're doing a bunch of something and nothing. They're saying a lot of something and nothing. They're going a lot of somewhere and nowhere. Okay? It's just a circle, a loop. They need you to break them out of a loop that they created for themselves because of you in their mind. Okay? I'm going to get a couple more cards and then I'll close the reading. We have 9 of Pentacles reverse, 7 of Pentacles, or 7 of Cups reverse. Ooh, jeez. This could be a gold digger. Alright, somebody who is not self-sufficient, not independent, can't rely on themselves. Whether this is a karmic feminine or karmic masculine. The main thing here is that this person, they do not know who they are. It's essentially like they have no identity. Alright? This is also someone who builds their identity off the backs of other people. Right? This is like someone who makes their identity what they are or who they're in a relationship with, right? By themselves, standing by themselves. Who am I? What's going on? Where am I going? Blah, 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 right? But this is someone who they build their identity off the backs of someone or something, right? Like they make their job their entire identity. Without that job, they don't know who they are. They make their entire identity of that marriage or that relationship. Without that marriage or relationship, they don't know who they are. They make their entire identity being a mother. Now that their kids are grown up, they've flown the nest, they're in college, then they have their own children and they have their own marriages and relationships. They don't know who they are. This is someone who they don't know who they are, right? Because they don't know who they are, it's really, it trickles down to low confidence, self-esteem issues, insecurities, all right, lack of confidence, lack of strength. This is, and there's something dumb about this person. And I really, whatever. Yeah, so they're stuck in some sort of illusion, right? That's why I keep saying they're the worst thing you ever want to do is ask someone who's delusional, right? And lies a lot. That's the last thing you want to do is ask them for advice. They don't even know what they're doing in their lives. You think they're gonna know what to do with your life? You're gonna ask this person some crucial advice about your life, and their life. They don't even know who they are. So do you think they have the authority to give you advice in your life? You're asking someone who doesn't know who they are, what they're doing, what their plans are, where they're going. You think they're going to be able to give you sound advice for your life? They don't even know who they are. This is they like to live in a fantasy. Or I do think because of the Seven of Cups reversed and the mentally unstable, that's a very dangerous combination. All right, because again, that's they in their mind, they've already like, yes, a problem with the collective. In their mind, 50-50. They it's like they illusioned themselves that the two of you are beefing or in a conflict or in a war. Meanwhile, you're just talking to God all day and night by yourself, minding your business. And this person is like this whole, look at the cards. Look at all of this. They have a whole, like, they're not doing so hot right now. Mentally, they're not. And this person's very, very angry. Alright? So not only are they mentally unstable, but they're angry. This person could be having trouble with their finances. This person also wants to be successful, but without doing the work. Right? This could be someone who's very lazy, or they do the bare minimum, or very, very, like at the last minute, like they like procrastinate. That's the word I'm looking for. Like they procrastinate, right? Stop pulling on that. All right. Jeez Louise. The Nine of Swords upright on the bottom of the deck. I really don't feel like that's... What do you have to be worried and confused and anxious and depressed and up all night? You're not... You're fine. You're the one that's minding your business. Right? And I do think that the reason why... somebody wants to say that it's unfair that you know them better than they know themselves, and that you can see this, and it's like... They feel like they don't have a chance to, like, beat you, or, like, they don't have a chance to, like, go against you. But the reality of the situation is, what's the point? Why do you even feel like you need to go against the collective? Why do you need to go... Why do you want to beat the collective? For what? What are you trying to prove? That's not necessary. So this person feels like it's unfair, right? But God is telling you this information because obviously it shows who can handle this and who cannot, right? Why would you be giving information if you're going to act recklessly, careless, demonize people, sabotage people, attack people, lie on people, purposely give out bad advice, bad wisdom, lie on stories? I feel like there's also something here about this person who tells stories, right? But they do it in a way where they omit situations where, like, they're at fault, or like they initiated something. Like they're telling you a story about how someone attacked them, but they omit the part where they said this, or they started that, or they did this, or they did that. Like, this is someone who really, really relies on having a good light being put upon them by, like, that victimization kind of energy. Woe is me, I was attacked, my purse was stolen kind of energy. But they're forgetting to tell the part where, you know, they're the ones that... This is... You know what? I'm getting something about purses. So this is someone... I'm getting a story where somebody is trying to go inside your purse and take something. I feel like I dreamt about this before. Somebody's trying to go in your purse and take something and put it in their purse, right? And you've seen it happen. You know what the object was, so you're going into their purse and taking it back. Woe was me. Did you see them? They went to my purse. They took this. But they're forgetting the part that they took what belonged to you in the first place. You see? So when they tell the story, oh, this person stole from me, they blah, 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 blah. So now now all the energy is put on you. Why did you do this to them? You did that, blah, blah, blah. Right? So you really, 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 really need to be careful. This person is trying to energetically bait you, because their judgment is happening right now. Five of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Did I just flip the cards over? Anyways, that's your energy. You cannot be put to this person's level. You cannot be energetically baited. Okay? There's nothing for you to be sad, miserable, unhappy about. You're not grieving anything. You're not mourning anything. Okay? It's just... you know what's going on. Five of Cups reverse also represents clarity. So you can see what's going on. It just doesn't make any sense. Alright? And people are looking at this person like, you don't make any sense. Bye.